Oh, it's Finley Chase, a young man, 22 years old from the city of London. And he is at the prefaces of his new life. He entered the fight game, just had his first fight, and it was an amazing experience. This is a young man, he got that fire. He's a natural fighter and he got the fighting spirit. He has the main ingredients for the fight game. So without further ado, Finn, for the people that don't know you yet, please introduce yourselves and let the world know who you are and what's coming.
My name's Finn, 22 years old. I'm from South London. I'm an amateur fighter. I recently had my debut fight. And yeah, I'm trying to grow my social media and get deep into the fight game. I'm excited to be here.
Your first fight, Finley, that is no matter how many fights you have, nobody forgets their first fight. Take us through it a little bit. What was it like for you going into the cage and making that walk, getting your hands wrapped and all that stuff? What was it like, man? It's a big deal.
It really was. Weirdly, I felt cold, like I felt nothing. And when I had my hands wrapped, I was just excited. I was excited to get in there. And one of my coaches gave me some really good advice. He said that nerves and excitement is the same thing. And I'm a big preacher of that because, if you're going up a really tall roller coaster, you're excited, but you're also nervous because it's going to be scary, right? And my walkout, I danced to my walkout. I picked a song I could dance to because I knew that would keep me calm. The moment I was in there, that's when it became real. It was a great first experience, and yeah, man, it was sick.
Yeah, yeah. Take us through that moment. It became real. What do you mean? It became real. What happened? What became real? What happened?
I mean, it was that's the hardest I've ever trained. So in the build up to that fight, it was like a surreal experience, and it was kind of like everything led up to that moment. So all the training, all the rounds, all the injuries that I've had before. Like I tore my knee before I started this camp. In November of 2025, I tore my PCL, and like when I walked into that cage, everything had led to that, and I was just ready to unload and then kind of just get going.
Did you experience some kind of? You said you felt cold. Yeah. It happens sometimes. Sometimes you feel cold, but take us through that moment. Like you feel cold. Like what's going on? How do you experience time, for example?
It was weird, it did go quick, I'll be honest. Like my warm up, the walkout, the fight, it did go really quick. But I'm very big into the way that you see things. I'm very big on balance. Every equal has an opposite, right? And when I felt cold, I said I was excited, but also there was a deeper part of me thinking emotionally, this is a big thing for me. And I had weighed in my head, as you know, and I posted on my socials, I'm adopted. I found out really recently why that happened. And then that why became my why factor of why I'm going to go into this fight, and give it absolutely everything. So that feeling of being cold came from a feeling of, no one's going to take this from me. And, I'm going to go in there. Everything in my past leads up to this. That's why I felt no nerves, no fear, no anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You got that fire, that true warrior spirit. That's something you can train, and it's like a form of self control. You know,
Yeah.
throughout life, how do you control yourself? How do you stay cerebral, so to speak?
Mm. Yeah, definitely.
How do you do that?
I guess in my mind it was all done mentally, to be honest. I just created this big weight above my head, and I as I said to you earlier, I warmed up in a strip club. So I'm hitting pads and then I'm looking to my right and I'm seeing girls in bikinis on the wall and a strip dancing pole. And there was a big mirror along this wall. And I looked in this mirror and I just looked myself in the eyes. And it's called a later life letter, which is basically after you get adopted, you read about why you were adopted and all of that. And I looked in the mirror and I just thought to myself, I went, the reason why you were adopted is because, your biological parents chose weed, chose alcohol, and they chose something so finite with very minimal dopamine over me. And when I saw myself and looked in the mirror, almost like how I'm looking now, I looked at myself and I just said, like, you're worth more than this. And that's kind of what gave me that mental stability to not be phased of anything that gets chucked at me. And that's, like, I'll be real with you, that's what like made me walk into that fighting environment and that cage with no regrets and no fear of backing down.
Yeah, amazing, man. Amazing, man. Yeah, that's something very special because it usually takes a lot of experience for people to be able to calm their nerves. You seem to have that naturally.
Mm.
So, yeah, how are you? How are you? How does this translate in your everyday life? Like you see, you said you're also a teacher, you're a business owner, you're on that money grind. Take us a bit through your financial ambitions. Let the world know what you're doing, man.
Yeah, I do have my own business. I coach people. I also have my own kickboxing company, which is my core passion. I love teaching. I love coaching. It's amazing. I wouldn't change it for the world. I am very ambitious, but one thing that I would like to do in the future, and this is something which is a bit of a side quest, I'd like to push that ambition onto others because I've met loads of special people in my time. As I said, I'm only 22, but since day one, I've met ambitious people. I've met people with goals, but there's always something that deters them from that goal. And I was like that for a while, but I wish that people would take more of a leap of faith. That's something that I do want to as much as more fights, grow my business. I'd love to inspire more people, and that's why I'm on this social media grind, man.
Yeah, you're on the social media, you're making a hit. I think you're gonna break through, man. I think you're the type of guy that
Fingers
people
crossed.
definitely find very easy to get behind. You know, you got me. Yeah, you definitely got me. So yeah, let's get back to the fight game for a little bit, man. Yeah, what have you been doing like the last week? How's training been?
It's been okay. I've had a bit of a break since the last fight. I went on holiday, which was really nice, and I have had some I've been quite busy with like things I'm setting up for work in September, which is going to be quite a big month for me. But yeah, no, the plan is to get back in there. I'm not going to sit here and lie. When you have that, for those people out there who maybe haven't had their first fight, when you do have it, you get a taste for it. And like the moment you walk away, you're a bit like, fuck, I wish I'd done this right. Oh, fuck, I wish I'd done this. And like, that's kind of something I'm buzzing for my next one. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling strong, and I'm kind of ready to get back in there. But I reckon it will be in and around an October return for me. So that's the plan.
Okay, that's the plan. And yeah, the fighting game it does something to you. You kind of get it. You know, if you go back, yeah, then you're in. If you go back after the first fight, you're in. So yeah, what are your ambitions fighting wise, man? How far are you thinking you're gonna make? How many amateur fights are you? Do you have a plan? Take us through it.
Weirdly, I don't. Like, before I even stepped in an MMA gym, I used to play football semi-professionally, and that I had a goal there. I was there like I really want to get to this step in National League, which is like the UK football thing. And since I started fighting, it was just like I had in my head, oh, can you even fight amateur level? And now I've proved I can do it. I guess I've got to think of a goal, to be honest. But the goal is I'm just proving it to myself every day that I can be that little bit better, to be honest. So maybe I should set my goals a little bit higher. But yeah, like just being better, to be honest. I know it sounds quite generic, but it's something that I do value quite high in my day-to-day life. And to fight, without elbow pads or without shin guards, and then maybe one day fight professionally would be a great accomplishment. But I guess we'll see, man. We'll see.
Yeah, I think you just said the goal there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just said it. You just spoke it. So yeah, and take us through. What do you think? So, because something happens when you've had a fight, you're a different man. You come out a new man. You know, you've done something extraordinary. I like to say it's a try before you die thing. How
Yeah.
much? Yeah, how much did it do to you? How much did it change you in a way?
I mean, first thing, which is maybe you're not touched on too much, is it makes you realize what pain really is. Like, it sounds strange. Like, when you're getting hit in the face in that moment, it doesn't hurt. Like it sounds weird, but like, I will like back myself out. I've got really good boxing defense, but one thing that did stand out to me is walking after receiving them leg kicks. That was something different. It has definitely changed me. It's changed my outlook on everything. Even just the confidence of just walking down the road. I'm not a big guy at all. I'm 5'6". I'm not tall. I fought at 60 kilos, man. It's light, but the confidence you get after fighting for the first time is a fucking joke. Honestly, it has changed me. It's given me bags of confidence.
You're looking at the supermarket thinking, I could whoop anybody here.
Walking like that, like puffing my chest
Yeah,
out.
exactly. Exactly. Yeah, it feels great. It feels great. So yeah, take us through some of the life lessons. Some of the life lessons that you like to inspire. And what kind of life lessons have you learned from this experience that you might want to give to others? Others besides from the pain, what pain really is, I get it. But go a little bit deeper on that pain. You find out what pain really is. Explain that a little
Yeah.
bit further, please.
I mean, pain can be kind of like, it can be physical, it can be mental. It's a lot deeper than just being surface level. And it makes you realize who you are really. Because when I got kneed in the eye and my eye ballooned up, it was all swollen above my eyebrow. There was a little voice inside of me that said, holy shit, like, damn, like we're in it now. But you really find out who you are. And like inside of an environment when you can't escape, you can't run away, and you have been hurt, it's something that's transferable. And I've said this to all the close people around me. If you can get in a ring with someone dangerous, with someone trying to hurt you, you can train for 8 weeks, 10 weeks, non-stop for a camp, and you can push your body to a limit that you never dreamed possible 3 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago. Then you can transfer that and you can push yourself in every like aspect of your life. So for me, pain is getting in there and getting punched in the face was not painful. What's painful is getting on the assault bike when you're absolutely fucked. It's doing those extra rounds after training and dealing with hardship in your everyday life. So fighting's the cherry on top, and everything else I think is the pain, the graft, the training, all of that. So that's something that really opened my eyes up, to be honest, mate.
Great. Yeah, man. Look, I'm very happy to have you on the show, and I would love to give you the final words. So, if you want to say something to the world, to whoever's watching, I can see you being a very inspirational man. So, please, take the mic and let the world know what you have to say to them. Please.
I think that for everyone out there, it doesn't matter where you've come from or the way your story starts, it's how it ends. And the moment your story starts, you don't get much of a say. When you're young, when you're a kid, you don't really have much power. It's up to people around you. But when you become an adult, it's up to you to take the reins, to take control of your life. So anything that you don't deem possible, get out there and fucking do it. That's what I would say.
For sure. That's a great way to end the sentence. Listen, Finley, you're absolutely amazing, and I wish you the best.
Thank you, my
And
brother. It's been a pleasure.
in next fight, I want to know all about it. If you got one, please come back on the show because
Of
that's
course,
what we
man.
do
Of
out here,
course. Of course.
man. Of course. Ooh,